This is Dwight Lilly reporting to you from outside the Nye County, Nevada Commissioners Chambers, where the commissioners are hearing an item on their December the 31st, 2019 agenda that reads as follows. It's item number 4 for possible action, discussion, and deliberation to adopt, amend, and adopt or reject Nye County Resolution number 2019-39, a resolution declaring Nye County as a Second Amendment sanctuary. So we'll be listening to the deliberations of that hearing today, and we'll report that on this tape. This is Dwight Lilly signing off. To give some background on this resolution, you have to go back a few weeks here locally in Pahrump, Nevada, where the library board for the public library here, which is a county/Pahrump entity, voted to disallow citizens here in Pahrump from entering the children's reading areas of the library if they happen to have a firearm on them. Now, Nye County, and in particular Pahrump, has been a staunch supporter of the Second Amendment since I've been here, which is 17 years, but going way back behind that. The county has a population of about 45,000 people, and it's located approximately an hour to the west of Las Vegas. Rural in nature, and the people here have, basically embraced their right to carry firearms. You see people in the public walking around with a holster on their hip and a gun in it, and it's just normal here. At the county commissioner meetings, the commission chairman wears a firearm on his side. Now, combined with the open carry, you also have a large number of people here that have concealed carry permits where you don't see the gun. One of the issues that you're hearing now in the public is the recent shooting in Texas at a Church of Christ, where the they had guards inside the church, and they were able to readily dispatch the shooter that entered the church and was able to kill 2 people. Now, that could have turned into a mass shooting had the public not been armed in that church, and as I looked into the matter, apparently more than half the people that attend that church are carrying firearms. So it's an issue, particularly in rural parts of America, staunch believers in the Second Amendment, and it's not going to go away. And again, here in Nye County, Nevada, the county commissioners were so incensed by the library board's actions that they've brought forth a resolution to declare Nye County a sanctuary county for the Second Amendment. And so if more develops on this, I'll put it in a future podcast. Again, this is Dwight Lilly with YouTube channel, The Rest of the Story, signing off.
This says for Second Amendment rights. Do you want to do this? That just sounded a little odd. It seems like it should say for its Second Amendment rights. Maybe, or maybe not.
I don't see that,
it's in there. It's on line 20.
I'm good the way I am.
Okay, so we'll take that out. And the United States and the Commonwealth of Nevada. I thought it would be stronger if we added the United States and the Commonwealth of the State of Nevada.
We already changed that. I took Commonwealth out and changed it to state.
So it would read the United States and the State of Nevada was the first.
We're not a Commonwealth state per se.
Okay. And then it continues on. Unconstitutionally restrict such rights. I'm on 21. Restrict such rights and will. I changed. I added will instead of to, and will use all legal means instead of and to use such legal means. at its disposal. I just changed it to, and will use all legal means at its disposal.
DDA?
In other words, if they try to impose upon us, they're going to run into issues.
I don't think that change is bad. It doesn't affect the intent. Maybe it's a better word than to use.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, agree. Second?
Second.
Okay.
So instead of 2 will, on 22.
Correct.
And then continuing on with that sentence, means at its disposal to protect the right of the citizens. And I just added an S to that, protect the rights of the citizens. Because it says citizens' rights, just sounded right to add an S to that along with citizens, because we're trying to protect the rights of the citizens instead of the rights of, or the right of the citizens.
May I read that then? It would say, and the will to use such legal means at its disposal to protect the right of the citizen or to protect the rights of the citizens.
Yeah, we either have to
It should
add
be
an
rights.
S or,
We like that.
Yeah.
I believe that's good.
That wasn't the way I read the modification. So just reading back over,
Please
the
do.
efforts to unconstitutionally restrict such rights will use such legal means at its disposal. You want to put the will now?
I just want to put, well,
An S on right.
whatever changes she wants. I just wanted to add an S to right.
Protect the rights of the citizen.
Yeah, instead of just right.
So if I read again, you start up there on where the paragraph is, it has the comma, on 22, and will use such legal means at its disposal to protect the rights of the citizens.
Okay.
And it should
First and
say
second on that, please?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
rights of the citizens, and then I threw in of Nye County to keep and bear arms.
I don't
Do we
think
need
that's
the Nye
necessary.
County or not?
It is a Nye County resolution.
Okay, so we can cross that off.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me. Line 23, the power of appropriations of any public funds. In other words, I thought that maybe that by saying this public funds would restrict us to a certain fund.
No.
It does not.
I don't
If it
see
says
that
of
either.
any public funds, then we could use whatever was available to us at the time, because this would be considered basically an emergency situation.
Well, public
may
fund
have
is
to-
any.
We may have to dub into a fund other than whatever fund may be appropriated to
It
this.
doesn't sound like you have support for that item.
Public fund is public fund. It's any public fund.
Okay,
I think you're going to be okay with public.
I just don't want to have an argument.
you don't want to
at the
have a-
time if we need
yes,
an
you're exactly
emergency
right.
Situation.
Looking at this board, I don't see a problem.
Yeah, but see, this board may not always be here, so what we do, we have to do for in the future.
I can't imagine the citizens of this county electing people who are against guns.
Yeah.
Anybody out there agree with that?
Yeah. That's why I stay here, I feel safe here. Okay, line 3 on the second page, again, it says, the Board of County Commissioners hereby expresses its intent to uphold. I thought perhaps we could change that to the Board of County Commissioners hereby expresses our will to uphold the second.
How about this? Since you've been pretty consistent, that the Board of Nye County Commissioners hereby intends to uphold. There's no need to express it. We just intend to uphold. Intends to uphold the Second Amendment. So throw an S behind it,
Okay.
behind the
I'll
intent.
go.
Express
All right.
it's gone.
Okay.
Second.
Second.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry about this, guys. Next time you need to throw it ahead of time. The rights under this, okay, number 6, the rights,
Knock on wood.
the rights under the Second Amendment of the citizens of Nye County to bear arms. Oh, and number 7, that one, oh, uses the, okay, number 5, I'm sorry. Uses the restrict Second Amendment rights or to aid in the, no, that one I marked as okay. Never mind, I'm sorry. You shouldn't let me get my hands on things like this when you have too much
Well,
time to think
we'll
about
work
it.
on it earlier next time.
That the Nye County Board of Commissioners, that was another does hereby declares. I put does, I just added the word does hereby declares. Or we could probably leave that one out. The Nye County Board of Commissioners hereby declares, so we're good on that one. And then I added its opposition to any unconstitutional restrictions on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms.
So you're adding opposed, you're adding any between opposed and unconstitutional restrictions.
I'm adding its opposition to any unconstitutional restrictions. So I'm adding those 3 words, or 4 words, its opposition to any unconstitutional restrictions.
I'm going to read what we got.
Number 7.
Yeah, number 7, Nye County Board of County Commissioners, it currently reads, hereby declares its intent to oppose unconstitutional restrictions.
And I changed that to its opposition to any, instead of its intent to. I want them to know we are opposed. We don't intend to be opposed, we are opposed. So it declares, we as a county declare our opposition to any unconstitutional restrictions.
Mr. Chair,
Not intent.
just a suggestion, or Madam
Mr.
Chair.
Chair, yeah.
What if we just put hereby declare, or hereby opposes unconstitutional restrictions?
Declares, okay, so hereby, we take out declares.
Intent, all that comes out, so then it would read, the Nye County Commissioners hereby opposes unconstitutional restrictions.
Or I guess it would be oppose.
Oppose, thank you, sir. Okay,
Okay.
first, second,
I'd like to know what the change is.
you got it.
Well,
Taking out declares as an intent to, changing to opposes.
Just
So I'll read it
opposes.
again.
Hereby opposes unconstitutional restrictions.
Correct.
and then I just added on its citizens right to keep and bear arms, because it says on the, and what is the? So the is its citizens. So I changed it on number 8 to unconstitutional restrictions on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms, instead of on the right to keep and bear arms. Because this is about the people.
Could I interject,
Right.
Richardson, Nye County DA?
Please.
So this paragraph that begins on line 7 of page 2 concludes with that the county is going to take such legal means as may be expedient. And the first line, line 7, is a further declaration of that. It intends to oppose, which means it's going to take action.
Mm-hmm.
And the paragraph concludes with affirmation that it's going to take action. If you change,
I got you.
yeah, if you change that.
I did not get a
opposition.
first and second on that, so
Yeah, I got it. Opposing,
you can't oppose, you can't litigate what if you haven't stated
I
it.
want to leave 7 through 9 alone.
I would
Okay.
like to ask,
Including the word the instead of putting its citizens in there.
apparently,
Restriction on its citizens' rights to keep and bear arms.
apparently we probably should be careful when getting the legal matters, and our DDA is advising us to leave those alone, if you will.
Well, I was just asking him
Oh, sorry.
if you're also saying that under line 8, unconstitutional restrictions on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms, or unconstitutional, as it's written, it's unconstitutional restrictions on the right to keep and bear arms. Do you want to do the citizens or the?
Its citizens is okay in my mind. It doesn't change the intent. It is a bit more specific and clarifies. We're focusing on the citizens of Nye County and their rights.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Can we change it then?
Yes, I got that one.
Okay. And then the very last one was just where we changed it already, which was to add county to the end of the Second Amendment, Sanctuary County.
On number 11.
On number 11.
Okay,
Second.
got it.
Okay, thank you.
What did you have, Leo?
That was it, yeah. Just wanted to make sure.
All right, excuse me, who's got this, Kelly or Miss Stack? All I'm going to ask you is, would you like to read that again so we can all move along that with you and we all agree in agreement?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Okay, so starting on the first page, line 14. Whereas the night.
Wait, line 2.
2,
Yeah,
County.
sanctuary county.
Oh, in the title.
Thank you.
I was writing these down, just,
Okay.
yeah.
All along.
Okay, so the title has changed to a resolution declaring Nye County a Second Amendment sanctuary county. And line 14. Whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners.
Line,
line 7, we changed could to shall.
I did. Was that accepted?
that was not.
No, it's not.
Then let me cross it out, that's my fault. Okay.
16.
14. Commissioners does hereby express its deep commitment.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
18.
16. Commissioners does hereby express opposition.
19.
Correct.
Commissioners does hereby express its intent to.
21.
Wait, I heard a motion that said the Nye County Board of County Commissioners does hereby intend to stand. And we got rid of the express is.
Was that accepted?
Good question.
I think so. 'Cause I wrote intend.
I'll accept it. How's that? There we
Okay.
go.
So, does hereby intend to stand?
Yes.
Right. And line 22.
21.
21.
Oh, yeah.
First motion.
I already have that in there.
Yeah, I went through that one earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 22, rights, comma, and will use such legal means.
Yes.
Correct.
It was,
Keep going.
and will use all such,
It was just well.
all legal means.
Protect your rights. Does it have to have?
Right gets an S on
Yes.
line 22.
Okay.
So can we read that again, please?
Yes. Rights, comma, and will use such legal means at its disposal to protect the rights of the citizens.
Thank you.
And then page 2, line 3.
Correct.
Commissioners hereby intend to uphold the Second Amendment.
Correct.
Line 8, unconstitutional restrictions on the citizens' rights or right to keep.
Should it be right or rights? Read again.
Unconstitutional restrictions on its citizens' right to keep and bear arms.
S.
Okay. And last on line 11, 10 and 11, Second Amendment sanctuary county.
Excellent. So I have a first and a second, and it has been read again by staff. Is there any further comment? Is there any public comment, please? I believe our sheriff is moving to the microphone.
Very slowly.
Am I going to time you? This is interesting. I'm kind of confused here. Wait, this is your job. You have to make a decision.
Sharon Worley, Nye County Sheriff. I first of all want to thank you very much for taking these actions today. It shows the backbone of Nevada, not just Nye County, that we believe in the Constitution of the United States, and we believe in the Second Amendment, and we believe in our citizens. And I just wanted to tell you, I thank you very much for all of us.
Thank
No.
you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Sheriff, your
How you doing?
support when it comes to this county and guaranteeing that we take care of our citizens has been outstanding.
I just want to say something while she's sitting there. Right, this has got my name on it.
Mhm.
This has got my name on it because Sharon wanted this done as soon as possible. So, thank you, Sharon. Sheriff.
Thank you.
Oh, Chairman,
Yes,
Chairwoman,
go.
real brief, just a short story. It's a testament to Nye County. A good friend of mine, Chairman Michael McDonald, he always calls Nevada, Nye County specifically, we're at the tip of the spear, and here we are doing it again and again. We're always taking the lead, taking the charge. So God bless us all, and thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Chairman, for working on this, bringing this forward.
And one more comment to make is that when we did the last one, when they were talking about having to get background checks and stuff on selling guns. We've had another one, and people thought that was a Second Amendment sanctuary bill. It really wasn't. Nowhere in that did it say Second Amendment sanctuary. And I had promised at that time I would do another one, and well, been a while, but here we are. So we're now official, as soon as we vote.
Commissioner Wickman, did you have anything for us?
No, I'm perfectly happy with it. Thank you.
All right, I'm calling for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. That motion carries
Unanimous.
unanimously. Of course. Thank you.
I can't imagine it being anything other than a unanimous.
That's right.
You never know. Item 5. For possible action, discussion, deliberation to 1, accept the incest bankruptcy plan in the bankruptcy case of D.